Hi there. In this video, we're going to cover the second major player when it comes to social impact or social value. So welcome to this particular video. My name is Boomy Tokan. We've talked previously about another major player, Social Value UK and Social Value International. But today we're going to be talking about the Global Impact Investment Network. Now, this particular organization or group of organizations are so critical to the subject of social impact. And remember the statement I've always been making in the past videos, which is that unless you start trading like a social enterprise, you will become irrelevant in the next few years. This is what the major players are doing. This is what large organizations are doing. And so this particular statement becomes very relevant. So when we explore the Global Impact Investment Network as a major player, we're going to be covering a few things about them. And one of the things we're going to be covering, let me skip over, we're going to see how this links to the Sustainable Development Goals by the United Nations. That's important for us to know. And then we're going to uncover what these key players do. What do they stand for? Let's look at it. We're going to cover their primary niche. Who are they created for? What organizations do they work with? What organizations are their primary niche? Then we're going to look at their tenets. In this case, they call them core characteristics. Then we're going to talk about how they actually measure the impact that they're having. How do organizations like this, mostly financial organizations, how do they measure their impact? And then I'm going to give you my thoughts on the matter. So let's go on. First of all, one thing I want you to realize is that this Global Impact Investment Network, I've realized that corporate organizations can have a major impact in the social and economic and environmental outcome of the world. In fact, they see themselves as being able to change the world. And this is not a corporate social responsibility thing that was just a greenwashing. They are actually taking action to invest in systems, to invest in research, to invest in programs, to invest in opportunities that will improve the environment, provide economic and social value where it's located and to the rest of the world. So they could invest in something like solar energy. They could invest in maybe solar panel houses. Whatever it is, but these organizations have decided, in fact, somebody did say that this is going to become impact investment is going to become a asset classification. And I believe so. But talking about the niche that they primarily engage with, they are corporates and large philanthropies. Like what, you say? Well, like fund managers will join the Global Impact Network. Global Impact Investment Network, like development financial institutions, like some NGOs, some religious institutions. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation belong to the Global Impact Investment Network. Deutsche Bank belongs to the Global Impact Investment Network. JP Morgan belongs to this organization. Morgan Stanley belongs to this organization. Zurich Insurance belongs to this organization. I'm talking about around 290 corporate organizations are now part of the Global Impact Investment Network. And they are set up to change the world by investing in good, projects that will bring about a change in the environment, a change in the economic characteristics of people and a change in the well-being of individuals around the world. So let's go on and look at what their core characteristics are, or what their tenets are. Let's look below to the next slide and we'll come back up to this one. Well, there are 4 things they're set up to do, okay? Or 4 things they say are their core characteristics. Number 1, they have intentionality, which means that they are going to make investments that is going to generate a positive social and environmental impact. So they'll only invest in projects that is going to have a positive social and environmental impact on the world. Number 2, the investments will must have a return expectation. So investments with expectation for returns, or investments with return expectation. I don't know why they phrase it like that, but that's how they phrase it. In other words, what that means is that impact investments are expected to generate a financial return. So they'll only invest in projects that is also going to generate a financial return. First of all, it's got to be able to provide a positive social environmental impact, but also it's going to generate some money. So they'll only invest in projects that is going to bring a financial return as well as have a positive social environmental impact. You know what? I'm going to come to that in a moment. Number three, and they will invest in a range of return expectations and asset classes. So that means that they'll even invest in below market returns, or they'll invest in risk adjusted market rates. So they'll invest in opportunities that will not bring them as much money as they could have got from investing within a project or a manufacturing process or whatever that would bring only money. No. Since their investments has to provide both a positive social and environment as well as financial return, they are willing to actually get a below market rate in order to fulfill number 1 and 2. And they'll invest in anything from finance to other asset classes like bonds and all. Number 4, they will measure the impact that they're having, okay? To measure, they are committed to measuring and reporting the social and environmental performance and progress that they're having. In other words, if you look at the financial returns of a corporation, it would tell you how much money they made in a particular investment, or how much money they made last year, how much they made this year, how much they paid a particular group of people, and all. In the financial report, they will report financial returns and financial returns. But now they are also committed to return on the positive changes that they're having in the environment and the environmental changes, positive social and environment changes that they have made, that their investment has made. So let's go back and take a look at those tenets again, because I want to show you something. So look at what it says here. So those 4 characteristics is what I've just explained to you here, which are the tenets of the Global Impact Investment Network, right? So if we go back, you will see how would they report how well they are doing, how well that they're affecting the social and environmental aspects of the world apart from just their finance. Well, they're going to use a measuring tool called IRIS. And IRIS Plus will help them to manage, to measure, manage, and optimize their impact. And they've linked this IRIS program or software that helps them to calculate this. They've linked it to the Sustainable Development Goals of the UN. That's amazing. Now, this network or group of corporates and philanthropies have decided that they're going to have a social and environmental impact. They're going to use the Iris Plus as the measuring tool. Remember that when we looked at Social Value UK, their measuring process was geared around the social return on investment, the SROI. Okay. Here, the Global Impact Investment Network, they're using Iris Plus. And I've just registered on this Iris Plus program before I recorded this. And I can tell you for sure that it is an extremely good software to use to measure the impact that you're having, particularly because it's linked to the Sustainable Development Goals of the UN. Of course, they would, because they're operating on a global level. So therefore, it's important. But you and I can also use it. I've just, like I said, I've just gone on and registered. And for the moment, it's free to register on it. Again, you can go to their website on GIIN, which stands for Global Impact Investment Network. You can go on their website, .org, to get a lot of information about the Global Impact Investment Network. Okay, the only thing is there are some things you could not register for unless you are a corporate or you're a member of a staff of a corporate body or you're from a large philanthropy organization. But there is lots of information for you to use. Now, here's the deal. Here are my thoughts. Now, and I want you to hear this very carefully. Remember, I've always made this particular statement, which I've said that unless you start trading like a social enterprise, which means having the desire to make money matched with your desire to provide social, economic, or environmental well-being for people around the world, unless you're willing to do that, remember I said that, it's going to be very difficult for you to succeed in the years to come. And I'm going to do a series of videos on why SMEs in particular should now start delivering social value. Okay, that's going to come up. And if you would like to get those videos when I create them, do subscribe to the channel. But here are my thoughts. Think about this. If you're an SME, if you're a small to medium-sized enterprise, if you're a one-man trader, if you're a sole trader in the UK, or if you are a sole proprietorship in America, or just say that it's just you in your organization. You know what? When corporates who are being accused, and rightly so for some of them who are being accused for polluting the world and causing environmental, or in the past, of course, maybe still causing environmental degradation, if they're accused of that, and now they've decided that, okay, we want to change our ways, and we want to look at how we can actually impact the world socially and environmentally, and do so positively now, if they're thinking about that, who are you to think you can exist without beginning to think about such matters right now? You know what? It's going to be next to being foolish if you're not thinking about delivering some form of social value right now. Because once the corporates start delivering, and believe me, they are not as good as you are if you're a one man or a 10 people organization or a 20 people organization. You are better placed to deliver social value. You are better placed. In fact, you probably are already delivering some form of social value anyway, that you can leverage in the marketplace to actually improve your bottom line. Well, when we do those videos, we'll talk a little bit more about that. But the point I'm making here is that if corporates are thinking about this, you and I need to be thinking about it also. We need to start working towards delivering social value in our organizations and in our environment. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Woo! Really enjoying myself with these videos, and I hope that you're gaining from this. Just understanding the landscape can really help us. We understand that there are three major players: Social Value UK with its parent company, Social Value International, and Global Impact Investment Network is what we've talked about today. And when we come back, we're going to look at Social Value Portal. Those are the three major players that I've seen, and you need to understand that before we can move on to some other much more interesting things too. Okay, if you like this video, do subscribe to the channel, and like the video, share it, let more people benefit from hearing this content. All right then, God bless you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.